We just literally hung out in the basement, chatting and shooting the day in and day out and enjoying each other. They are all beautiful, interesting people, and it was fantastic. Hi, my name's Toni Collette, and today we are gonna take a walk down memory lane looking at some of the films that I made over the last 30 years. Let's go.
Try again, release yourself.
Oh, release you mean?
Yeah, fine, release me. Just say it. Just fucking say it.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother!
I have a friend who calls me the good grief girl, but I do gravitate towards these stories about loss because it's the most confronting part of life. We're here and then we're gone, and the people we love are here and then they're gone.
All I do is worry and slave and defend you, and all I get back is that fucking face on your face!
Hereditary was actually really healthy for me. It seems like it would be the most intense experience, which it was, but it was the job where I figured out how to clean up. It was like cooking in the kitchen, clean as you go, clean as you go. Because what I have learned is the body doesn't know what's fiction and what's real. So whatever I'm feeling, and I don't know how to not feel it, I work that way. And I like working that way because if I connect with myself, it means audience members will connect with it and then they connect with themselves, and I think connection is actually the most important thing there is.
So full of disdain and resentment and always so annoyed.
And there was really no rehearsal, I have to say. We talked about it briefly one day in a hotel room in Salt Lake City, and then when we came to shoot scenes, I think Ari just trusted us to, and he hired people who did know. We got it, we knew, what did they say on Twitter? We knew what the assignment was. Yeah, so I came on set, did it a few times. That was it.
Well, now your sister is dead.
Oh, Gabriel's so sweet. I loved working with him.
And I know it was an accident, and I know you're in pain, and I wish I could take that away for you. I wish I could shield you from the knowledge that you did what you did, but your sister is dead.
She says so many horrible things to her son in this scene, and the only way I could forgive my character is to know that when you're grieving, you can't be judged. I mean, you're just so open and raw. She doesn't even realize how much she's seething, you know?
If you could have just said, I'm sorry, or faced up to what happened, maybe then we could do something with this, but you can't take responsibility for anything. So now I can't accept, and I can't forgive. Because nobody admits anything they've done!
I'm playing this woman who has been used and lied to and manipulated by her own mother her entire life. So this moment of exploding at her son isn't actually just about the loss of his sister, her daughter. It's actually so many things that have been suppressed for decades, right? And when you're working with good material, the first time I read a script, I can hear it. I don't have to work to find it. It is so clear to me. It's just literally a matter of getting out of my own way because I feel like I know the essence of it. I know where it needs to go. And really it's more about letting go than trying to manipulate it in any way. Yeah, this scene was pretty full on.
Someone got hurt.
They did?
A lady. She died.
Oh my God, but you can see her?
Do you know, this scene in my gut just felt so big and emotional. Like it's a really beautifully written scene and such a great opportunity to express real feelings about grief and loss and connection. Anyway, I remember the night before, I thought if I stay home, I won't sleep. I'll just kind of implode. So I came to New York and I saw Elvis Costello and Burt Bacharach play a concert that was being filmed instead, which was great, and got a car back to Philadelphia. I don't know how I managed to sleep.
Where is she?
Standing next to my window.
Cole, you're scaring me.
Hayley was much younger than me, so Knight shot his coverage first. I had made this scene so alive in me that even on Hayley's coverage, I was bawling my eyes out, and Knight kept saying, oh, you don't want to waste it, just, hold back. But I just knew that it was a dam in there and I didn't need to. And so, you can repeat scenes, you can do several takes, but actually the ones that are most alive and feel real can't be repeated. There's just something magical in them. They're the best days where you're so in it that you don't even remember what you've done.
Grandma says hi. She says she's sorry for taking the bumblebee pendant. She just likes it a lot.
What?
Grandma comes to visit me sometimes.
Grief is something we all experience. At that point, I hadn't dealt with the grief of my grandmother passing. I was 24 when we made this. My grandmother passed when I was 14. So 10 years later, it was still like right here. And I know that's what this is. It's just having a connection to someone who's gone and knowing that they're still there in a way. They're still around you. And for your own little baby to open you up to that idea. She's a working class mum. They don't have much. She's doing her best. And it's almost like getting approval from someone who's already gone, that she's got no one else to look to and she's getting it from beyond the grave, It's a really special scene.
You came to the place where they buried her. Asked her a question. She said the answer is every day.
He's so amazing in this movie. I mean, I don't know how he did it. He was so young, which is an incredibly ageist thing for me to say. I've worked with a lot of kids and I just always try to remain open to them and, I consider us equals. We're both hired there to do a job and obviously our relationship is very connected and he was just a really sweet, good boy, He wanted to do a really good job and very much still a kid, although he was super professional, like amazing.
Beautiful. I hope the photos help your sister out of that coma.
I tried on a lot of wedding dresses. But Muriel is such a dag, which I guess is an adorable, lovable dork. And I love this because it's a story about someone who doesn't really know themselves and who's been bullied, changing the dynamics of her family. It is the saddest comedy ever made.
Muriel! What are you doing?
No, nothing.
Why didn't you tell me you were going to marry Tim?
Who?
I remember this scene getting ready for it the night before and I made this playlist because this is the scene where everything she's hiding is exposed by her best friend.
I've seen your wedding album. You've tried on every dress in Sydney.
That doesn't mean I'm getting married.
What else does it mean?
I want to get married. I've always wanted to get married. If I can get married, it means I've changed. I'm a new person.
Muriel has this whole fantasy life where she feels she needs to be accepted and adored and chosen by a guy, which is obviously a myth. Basically, she doesn't like herself. And I think it's not uncommon for young people who don't know themselves to look to the external world for some kind of validation. And you see in this scene just how much she dislikes herself. In a fantastic way, actually, even though this is upsetting, it's the turning point because then she can't continue with the lie any longer. She has to address these things.
But when I came to Sydney and became Muriel, Bryce asked me out. And that proves I'm already different than I was. And if someone wants to marry me, I'm not her anymore, I'm me.
Her?
Muriel Heslop! Stupid, fat and useless, I hate her!
I found Muriel in the way that you find any character. It's always in the writing. If something is well written, it flows, you find something to resonate with. With this particular story, it kind of felt like a religious experience for me. There were so many elements of her that I don't think I quite hated myself the way she did, but I certainly didn't know myself in the same way she did. I think it took me a long time for me to accept myself, which then leads to self-love. And this is the moment in her life where she's got none of that.
Why can't it be me? Why can't I be the one?
It's so incredibly sad. There's just so much self-hatred. She didn't have any support growing up. I'm already crying. I mean, it really is such a sad story. And it's such a triumphant one, which is why I think people still want to talk about it today, It's just tonally what I've always loved. And I was so lucky to work with this material at such an early stage in my career. My kids, actually, they hadn't seen it. They were kind of mortified. My son just kept going, Mom, this is really sad. I was like, yeah, it really is. It's so funny because people seem to remember the Waterloo scene where, and all the really kind of heightened, fun, camp, comedic moments, but it's dark.
Joni Thrombey, Harlan Thrombey's daughter-in-law.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I married his son, Neil. We had one daughter, Meg, and then Neil passed on 15 years ago.
I couldn't believe I got offered this part. I was so excited because she's hilarious. She's so pretentious and, trying to pretend that she's not and she's this earth mother. She's such a complex web of ridiculousness. We were all called in to do our interviews. We shot them and then someone else was called in when we left. He was there. He was sitting in the back and, tinkering on the piano, and I was able to kind of look at him like, who is this dude? Why is he here? And it was exactly, as it appears in the movie. We were all there. Isn't that incredible, that wheel of knives?
You remained close to the Thrombys.
Oh, they're my family. I feel simultaneously freed by and supported by them.
Yeah. Instead of saying simultaneously, I accidentally said simultaneously, but then I was like, that's perfectly pretentious. She would do that. I've spent some time in London and I say simultaneous instead of simultaneous. I chose this song, by the way. He said, what do you want to dance to? And I said this song, and I thought there's no way they'll ever buy it because it'll be really expensive, and he bloody well did.
It's that balance of opposites that's the nugget of flam.
Sorry, the nugget of...
Flam.
Oh, yeah, Flam, your skincare company. Sorry.
I forgive you.
Because the nature of the story had us all there for much of it, we just literally hung out in the basement, chatting and shooting the shit day in and day out and enjoying each other. It was excellent. And they are all incredible actors, but they are all beautiful, interesting people. And it was fantastic.
So I got your messages, and I was going to call you first thing tomorrow.
Yeah, sure, you were going to call me first thing tomorrow. Josh Charles is so good at playing the bad guy. Like, he's so unlikable in the show. He just represents the patriarchy, right? So.
Now, what do you need from me?
First off, I need you to answer the phone when I call. I mean, we're in a state of crisis here.
I play Margot Cleary Lopez. I find her really inspirational. She's mayor of Seattle. Hilarious. I'm playing the mayor of Seattle. And she's very good at her job. She's passionate and idealistic, but she's also realistic and grounded and does have good intentions and wants to represent the people rather than, it's less about ego for her.
I think crisis is maybe a little strong.
Oh, please, don't do the whole Daddy Dandon's got everything under control bit.
My character's the one who is really starting to put it together. Young girls all over the world are developing a new organ called a skein, which exists here in the collarbone, and it allows them to become conductors of electricity. Her daughter gets it. All the male politicians, everyone in charge is trying to squash it and pretend it's a hoax. So when you suddenly look around and go, oh my God, it actually falls on me. I am going to have to be the truth teller here. I'm going to have to leave myself behind and step up. And in this scene, I'm trying to communicate with this guy that I always have to listen to and I always have to get permission from. This scene really highlights how she still has to put up with a bunch of misogyny and sexism and all the crap that women put up with on a day-to-day basis. He's a dick.
I get that you want to manage optics with the Senate campaign.
No, this isn't about my campaign. This is about you coming to my house in the middle of the night screaming the sky is falling. And guess what? The sky's always falling. Because that's governing. Now, how can I help you do that more effectively?
He's just so condescending. Oh, she's just trying to do good and he just this is her holding her own and getting what she wants, but also not being able to punch him in the face for being a dick.
I know, it seems crazy, right? But just look at it.
When there's new information or change, people don't like change, but life is change. And she's kind of questioning whether it's real or not. And he just shoots her down. He doesn't want to believe it at all.
See, I think everything that's happening, it could be connected to whatever this is.
Marco.
I know.
He's so predictable. She already knows how he's going to respond. But who else is she meant to go to, They should be partners in how they deal with things, but he's clearly not.
You seem like you're under a lot of stress.
I am stressed. My city is on fire.
Isn't it your anniversary?
Yes.
And then he gets personal. A woman can't do her job without bringing in some kind of personal thing and judgment, Instead of talking about the issue at hand, he starts talking about how she's failing at home.
I say this as someone who cares about you and your career. Calm down. Go home. Go hang out with your husband.
Calm down. Let's tell women to calm down. I mean, she's not even being irrational or emotional. She's talking about real things, and this is the response she gets.
Thanks.
Here it comes.
You do this as long as I have you learn not to get your panties all in a bunch.
I have no words. This is so relatable for so many women.
My what? And a what?
Hey, you know what I mean.
We all know what you mean. Thank you so much for watching. I gotta go now. Take care.